All right, welcome everybody. This is our new student orientation for the school year 2021-2022. I am Ms. Beira, your activities director, and here with me today are our administrators.
Welcome, students. I am Mrs. Blanco, your very proud principal, and it is an honor to introduce the administrators that will be with you this year, Mrs. Diaz-Rubio and Mr. Concepcion. We're very excited that you're with us today. You will get a lot of information that will hopefully help you transition into your new school. I know that this is a very different type of orientation, as we are normally used to having you visit our school and have your parents in the school. But because of the situation that we are in, your safety, your health is of utmost importance, and we want to make sure that you're able to start school with us on the 23rd. Ms. Beira has a presentation for us that she will be sharing, and we will be going through this presentation with you. It will also be posted for future reference in case you need additional information.
All right, here we go. All right, welcome everybody once again. This year, we are hoping that everyone vibes with us. And one of the mottos that we have this year is success is our vibe. And we'll talk a little bit more about our school theme a little bit later. But first, we're gonna get down to some basics.
So again, welcome. I'm Mrs. Blanco, your very proud principal.
I am Mr. Concepcion, one of the assistant principals.
And I'm Ms. Diaz-Rubio, your other assistant principal.
Some very key people that you will have direct contact with on a daily basis, in addition to your teachers, are your activities director, Mrs. Beira, which you have met here. If you are interested in sports, Ms. Cynthia Rodriguez is our athletic director. Arelis Gonzalez is our athletic business manager. Your head counselor, Mrs. Cohen, she's the student services department chair. Ms. Acevedo Breco, if you're an ESOL student. Mr. Gross, if you're in special education classes. And last but not least, Mrs. Brumfield, which is our CAP advisor. She is the person that you will be going to for any type of college information. Padres, esta presentación también va a ser escrito en español para que ustedes puedan seguir la presentación también. So safety, of course, is of utmost importance at our school. We do have several entry points in the morning as the students are arriving to school. After 7:20, the visitor entrance is only to the parking garage. Once the students are arriving in school prior to 7:20, there are several gates that are open for drop-off. At the entrance of the school, we have our bus drop-off. The back of the school, we have our drop-off for parents. Now, student IDs must be worn at all times. You will be provided with a student ID once you arrive to the school. It has to be worn around your neck and it has to be visible. And this helps the administration determine who is in our building and who should not be in our building. They are free, but if you do lose it, there is a $5 replacement charge. Uniforms are mandatory at Westland. If you can go to the next slide. They do not have to have the student logo. However, you do have to wear a red, black, or a gray polo style shirt. We are going to be selling spirit shirts, which we encourage all of the students to purchase through athletics and activities. And we do allow those shirts to be worn on Friday. All shirts must be worn at hip length without cutting or tying or doing anything to the shirt, so it covers your entire midriff. Your pants should be black or khaki, slack style only. We do not allow any type of shorts, skirts, capris, or cargo pants or joggers, leggings, or sweatpants or fleece pants. All the pants that you wear to school, they must have pockets and a zipper. And we do ask our students to wear their pants above the waist. That's very important. Jackets, we do allow. I still don't understand why you guys wear hoodies to school because it is hot, but I know you guys enjoy wearing your hoodies. So we do have school hoodies for sale and jackets. They are pre-sale, so you will get more information during your student orientation. We will be taking those orders at the Wildcat Depot, which is in the lobby of the auditorium. We encourage all students to wear school sweatshirts and jackets to promote school spirit. So we really don't allow school sweatshirts from other schools, and we definitely don't allow any hats or anything on your head, no bandanas or anything like that. And for your safety, we do encourage all students to wear closed-toe shoes, no sandals or Crocs or anything of that style. Some examples of the shirts that you should be wearing to school. So now we have, in addition to the safety of our students, we now have to worry about COVID. And as you all know, now there seems to be some kind of spike as the students prepare to return to school. So we at Westland are very conscious of the amount of students that are coming in, and we have taken precautions and cleaning measures to ensure that the safety of our students are a priority throughout the entire day. As per Dade County Public Schools, masks are mandatory on school buses. So if you do ride a school bus, Miami-Dade County Public School bus, you do have to ride with your mask on. We encourage all parents that if your children are sick or have any type of flu-like symptoms, please let them stay home. I know that it is an inconvenience sometimes because you do have to go to work, but if they come to school feeling sick, we are going to have to ask you to come pick them up, and we definitely don't want that for the student. We encourage all students to continue to sanitize and wash their hands frequently. We do have sanitizing stations throughout the building where we have antibacterial solution for the students to continually clean their hands as well. We do encourage all students to use the restroom only 2 at a time. And as you can imagine, in a high school, it's very difficult to control that. So we ask that students go to the restroom, preferably not through the changing of classes, just because a lot of students tend to go to the bathroom at the same time, and only for emergencies only. I know that some students genuinely, walk the hallways and all of that. And we are going to encourage the teachers to try to keep students in class as much as possible, and only release students for true emergencies only. And again, students, I think all of us have become very aware of the social distancing, and that also applies in school. And I know that it's a little difficult walking through the hallways in class during lunch and during arrival and dismissal, but please be conscious of how close of a proximity you are standing next to someone or when you're speaking to someone, because at the end of the day, our ultimate goal is to make sure that you're safe and that you're healthy so you can come to school and get the best education possible. And now I leave you with Ms. Diaz-Rubio.
Parents, you have access to the parent portal. This is a valuable tool that Dade County Public School offers you, where you can, on a daily basis, weekly basis, however often you want, have access to your students' grades, assignments, attendance, tardies, everything. Just because your child is starting high school does not mean that you should just let go the reins. Now actually is more vital and more important that you stay on top of your child's academic progress to make sure that they graduate. So monitoring their grades on a regular basis is a wonderful strategy for you to ensure this. You may reference this video that will be available on our YouTube page as well as our website, and follow the steps provided here to access your portal and set up your portal. You will have to visit our school's community involvement specialist, Ms. Viñas, for your parent PIN, as it will require a specific number that is designated to your child in order to be able to complete this process. You need to know your student's ID number, that PIN, your student's date of birth, and where that child was born and zip code in order to create your parent portal and have access to it. We are willing to assist you. Again, Ms. Viñas is here in the main office as our community involvement specialist to walk you through this process if you need any additional help. It does take 24 hours after you register for it to be ready for you to use. But once it is there, it is ready for you to see student grades, academics. This is a quick reminder, parents, when you click for each of the classes, you'll see the culminating grade for each class. But if you click that grade, then it shows you all of the assignments that teacher gave the student, and it shows you the individual grades for those assignments. If you see a Z, then that means the student did not submit that assignment. And you need to have a conversation with your child to make sure that they at least are putting forth their effort and completing all of their assignments. Parent contact information. You have to realize that with everything going on, not, as Ms. Blanco said, safety is a priority. We need to be able to reach you, and it needs to be a working telephone number. Emergency contact cards will be going out that first week of school. Please be on the lookout for those to fill them out and submit them to us. We will also be creating a virtual form for you to also complete and provide us with all of this information. The more telephone numbers you provide us, emails you provide us, the more contact we can have with you. Please, these students are in high school and are very intelligent, and sometimes they have learned how to get their parents' phone and block the student's number. The school system, as well as the school, sends connected messages out to keep you informed. We try to limit those. But if you see a few weeks have gone by and you haven't gotten any communication from the school, please give us a call and let us check your number to ensure that we're still getting the right numbers and that nothing has been changed. Because that is important. Only persons listed on these forms will be authorized to pick up your students, no exceptions. So be sure you list everyone that you want, that you think will be able to pick up your child in the event that they are sick and need to go home early. And again, please notify us immediately if any telephone numbers or email addresses change, so that we have the up-to-date telephone numbers and contact information to be able to reach you. Teachers also use this information to be able to call parents and share good news, as well as concerns, in order to make sure that we're all working together to ensure that your student shows progress academically and graduates. This is our bell schedule. We are an 8-period school with 4 blocks each day. These are the times. School does start at 7:20, but that means that the student has to already be in class and ready to learn. Our cafeteria is opened as early as 6:30 in the morning, and students can come and enjoy a free breakfast. We do recommend students arrive before 7:10 in order to ensure that they get to their class on time. We do have 90-minute blocks, and we will have, for accommodation of social distancing, 3 separate lunches this year, and the lunches will vary depending on the teacher that your student has for period 5 or 6. Absences. Obviously, students need to be here every day. If a student isn't present, then they're not learning. So it is important for students to be present every day. However, absences are excused. If they're sick, as Ms. Blanco mentioned, we need them to stay home. If there's an appointment, if some life happens, we understand they miss, especially now, unfortunately, due to COVID, they may miss long periods of time. It is important that students communicate these absences to the school as soon as possible. The next slide will show you that they have 3 days to email the note excusing the absence. So parents, you email 7049attendance@dadeschools.net, and you explain why your child was absent. They were ill, they had a doctor's appointment. Please ensure that you put your child's full name and ID number in the subject line of that email so that it's quickly identified and we can apply it to the correct students. After 7 total absences, though, we will require official documentation such as doctor's notes or court documents, unless the child had to be home due to COVID, because that is more days than 7, but we will obviously be in contact and in communication with you should that occur. It is the student's responsibility to request makeup work and complete it in a timely manner. When a student is absent, it is automatically going to be documented as an unexcused absence. If it is an unexcused absence, the teacher does not have to give the child the makeup work assignment. However, when the admit is submitted to the email 7049attendance@dadeschools.net, then the attendance clerk will change that absence to an excused absence. When the student has an excused absence, it is the student's responsibility to request any and all missing assignments from all of their teachers. And now the teacher will be able to provide the student with the missing assignment and the deadline for that assignment. Please keep in mind that it is the student's responsibility and they need to be in communication with their teacher. And this does need to be done in a timely manner after being absent. Not several weeks after being absent can they be requesting the assignments to make up. Tardiness and signs out. Tardiness is also a problem. If you're late, it's not only then time missing from the student's class time and instructional time, but now it's also a disruption for the entire class when the student walks into school late. So as we mentioned, they must be in class and ready for learning at 7:20. So it is important that maybe you think 7:10, just so that they have those 10 minutes to get to class once you drop them off at one of our designated locations. If not, then the student will be required to get a tardy pass if they come to school late from Ms. Rodriguez in the mornings. That tardy pass will indicate the T on their record that they were tardy to school. And only the teacher will allow them into class if they have that tardy pass. Now, throughout the day, if they're tardy to any of their classes, the teachers will be marking those T's and those tardies in the grade book as well. So you as your parent with access to the parent portal will see if your child is consistently tardy to any of those classes. Now, excessive tardiness to school in the morning will obviously result in a disciplinary action. So please ensure that your students are here on time. Sign outs. If your student has to be excused early from school, please understand that because school starts officially at 7:20, sign outs before 9:30 are not permitted, and it would be as if the student then was just absent from school. And because the students are dismissed at 2:20, as of 1:45 p.m., we shut down the office for excused earlies. So if you do have an appointment, keep in mind, because of these high school hours, we do end at 2:20. So make your appointments at 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. because many doctors and dentists are open until at least 5. And that way your child does not miss a vital instructional time. In the event of an emergency that you do have to pick up your child, please keep in mind to do so before 1:45.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Concepcion again. Transportation. Students will be transported to and from school if they live 2 miles outside of our school and we are their home school. If they are here for a magnet program, then the transportation does have to be provided by the parent. So if a student is a home Westland student and live outside of 2 miles, they will be provided Miami-Dade County Public School transportation. Those students will be issued passes through mail, and obviously improper behavior can result in the denial of bus privileges and or suspension. The bus and parent pickup. Ms. Blanco had mentioned earlier, we have a bus loop in the back, and that is where our parents drop off in the morning. In the afternoon, that is used for the private buses to pick up. On the west side of the, on the south side of the school on 39th Street is where the parent pickup is in the afternoon. And in the front bus loop is for the public school buses. And after the public school buses have come through, parents are more than welcome to drop off their students there too on West 18th Avenue. Parent pickup, like I said, is on the side of the school. It's going to be on 39th Street is where the parent pickup will be in the afternoon. The private bus pickup is in the back of the school in that back loop that we have. And the Miami-Dade County Public School buses will pick up in the front of the school. Electronic devices. Tablets will be provided for all students to use throughout the school year. Parents must sign out these devices and return them at the end of the school year. There will be a contract and a fee required. We ask that no cell phones, video games, headphones, or electronic devices be visible from 7:20 to 2:20, with the exception of their lunch period. Obviously, if the teacher is allowing it to use because they're using it for instruction, then that is fine. And due to the BYOD, or the Bring Your Own Device initiative, students may be asked to use their devices at the teacher's discretion. Again, that is in the classroom. And back to Ms. Diaz-Rubin.
So we have a wonderful student services department, and it is headed out by Ms. Cohen. Ms. Cohen is not only our department chair for student services, but she is also the adult educational, which is night school, counselor designee. We also have Ms. Beckford, and we have Ms. Vega. Ms. Vega is also the counselor for the dual enrollment magnet program that we have. Then we have Ms. Bromfield, who's our CAP advisor, which is known as College Assistance Program. And she's also our Health Academy advisor, as well as our credit union magnet advisor as well. We have Ms. Acevedo Breco, who's our English language learners, also known as ESOL, department chair and coordinator, and Mr. Joseph Gross, who's our exceptional student education SPED department chair and coordinator. Graduation requirements. So as freshmen, when students walk into the building, they walk in with an expiration date, and their expiration date is exactly 4 years. So in this case, if you're a freshman coming in now, your expiration date is going to be June 2025, because you're the class of 2025. Students need to complete the following graduation requirements before they reach that deadline in 4 years in order to graduate. They need their 16 curriculum credits in core classes, 8 electives, which equals a total of 24 credits. They need their 4 credits in English, their 4 credits in math, which must include Algebra 1, geometry, and then any of their other classes that are higher in the math level of their choosing. They need 3 credits in science, 1 month which must be biology, and 2 that would be then the other science courses of their choosing. 3 credits in social studies. 1 is the world history class they all take freshman year, then the United States history class that they take in 11th grade, and the mandatory government and economics that they take senior year. In addition to these core classes that are a requirement, they take 1 credit in a performing arts or practical arts, the half credit of physical education and personal fitness of each, totaling 1 full credit of PE, and then 8 elective credits of their choice, and 1 online course. It's FLVS, which we offer here in Westland, usually their 10th grade year. They haven't already taken one. Students must have an average of a 2.0 grade point average. This is of a 4-point scale. That's usually a C average. That's all they need to graduate. However, the better grades they get, the more rigorous classes they get, obviously helps them obtain more college scholarships and admittance into college. So it is a lot easier to come in and focus and get the good grades now and then keep building on it. If they don't stay focused freshman year and they tend to lag, it is a lot harder, not impossible, but it is a lot more challenging to pick up these grades and do these. The way high school works is that if the child were to not succeed in one of these classes this year, and let's say get an F, then they would still be promoted the following year to the next class, but they would be required to make up the credit on their own time in night school, either after school or over the summer. So it is imperative that the students do their best, come to school, complete their assignments, ask for the assistance they need if they need it, and do well in these classes now so that they do not have to then continuously drag an extra class and have to make it up after school, in night school, or over the summer. Community service is also a graduation requirement here. They need 25 hours of community service from now until senior year to be able to graduate. Now, if they earn the minimum of 100 hours, they qualify for the Bright Future Scholarship. Bright Futures is a scholarship that is earned here in the state of Florida, and it allows a lot of students to be able to pay for college. So that's 100 hours for the 4 years if you want to qualify for that. The more community service hours, obviously, the better. You're giving back to your community. It gives the students the opportunity to volunteer in a variety of different places and possible career choices for their future. So it is a wonderful thing. Now, on our website, we do have the community service hour document that they are to fill out every year and submit by April of each year. Community service hours do not roll over. So any community service hours completed now freshman year must be submitted by April. And then anything you do next summer for sophomore year would be submitted that following April as well. So it's important to stay on top of your community service hours, complete the documentation, and ensure that you are turning it in on time. State assessments. These are also graduation requirements here in the state of Florida. Now, students take a variety of assessments each year in order for us to determine their progress and identify where they stand and what their needs are. Certain assessments are state requirements. So let's go through it by grade level. In 9th grade, students will take their ELA reading exam. That exam helps us determine whether or not they're showing progress in order to take it in 10th grade, which is the graduation requirement that they do need to pass. If a student does poorly in their ELA exam 9th grade year, then they will be enrolled in a reading class in 10th grade in order to help them progress and in order to help them pass that 10th grade class. So it is important that they still take all of these exams seriously, try their best in order for us to identify their specific needs and where they're progressing. The Algebra 1 EOC is a graduation requirement. If your child is coming in and taking algebra in 9th grade with us, that is a graduation requirement. If your student already took Algebra 1 at the middle school level, they would have had to have passed that Algebra 1 EOC in order for it to count for graduation as well. If they did not pass their Algebra EOC, then they will continuously have to take the Algebra 1 EOC exam until they pass it. And we will ensure that they are in the right classes and receiving the assistance they need to do so. Any student that took Algebra 1 in middle school and failed Algebra 1 in middle school gets a chance at a do-over. And we will be enrolling them in Algebra 1. Algebra 1 is the basis of all math in the future, and it is important that students have a good foundation in it. So if they took it in middle school and were not successful, they're going to get a chance to take it again and to build up the important skills in math that they need. The PERT exam is for future dual enrollment placement, and we administer that at the end of the year. In order to take any of the college level dual enrollment classes that we offer here with Miami-Dade and FIU, students must take the PERT. That is a placement exam that the colleges offer. We offer it here in-house at the end of every year for students that are interested in taking any of these college level classes. So more information of that will also be shared with your students as we move closer. The PSAT in 9th grade, we offer it for students that are in advanced courses and that are looking to also pursue those advanced courses. The more the merrier. Advanced courses, AP placement classes help students prepare for college. So keeping that in mind, we will offer the PSAT for those students to determine where they land, and that exam helps us determine their possible success in the variety of different advanced placement classes. Some 9th graders are already coming to us and taking biology their freshman year, as well as geometry their freshman year, because they already took physical science and algebra 1 in the middle school. Both of those exams have an EOC requirement. In 10th grade, students that still need to pass their algebra 1 will be taking their algebra 1 EOC as they need to, as time goes by, and to ensure that they pass it. They do take the ELA reading and writing exam, which that one is the graduation requirement. If they do not pass that in 10th grade, then they will continue to be placed in reading classes in 11th and will have the opportunity to continue taking the ELA reading and writing exam until they pass it in order to be able to graduate senior year. In 10th grade, all of the students take the PSAT, that is a mandatory exam. And then if they are now enrolled in biology and geometry, they also take an EOC. Then students move to 11th grade. Again, if they still haven't passed their algebra or their ELA exam, they will be continuously taking that until they pass it. We will offer the PSAT at this point in order to then also help students bound for college and for Bright Future scholarships. And that is where students take their US History EOC. And finally, in 12th grade, we're just trying to make up anything that is still pending, if need be. And at that point, then we also start with conversations of other exams that will help you for college. But you can take in 12th grade then the PSAT if you still haven't passed your Algebra 1 concordant in order to try and graduate. AP Diploma Capstone. We have the honor of offering this diploma option here at Westland Hialeah Senior High. This is a nationally recognized College Board program. Students that take AP courses, obviously in 9th grade, they take their AP seminar and AP research class in 10th and 11th grade, and they take 4 other AP classes in total. If you are interested, if you are a freshman and you weren't designated with AP classes and you think you would be good with this, you will have the opportunity to request this when school starts, as we will have a schedule change request form available to you the first day of school. But you still have time too for sophomore year. If you just want to figure stuff out freshman year, you can start taking your AP classes then sophomore year when you request it on your subject selection sheets, and you still have time to still qualify for this. You do need to be a strong reader and writer because AP classes are at a different level, but this does allow you to have success in college. If you pass the AP exams, it does give you the equivalent already college credit. So it's one less class you have to take in college. And regardless, it looks very good for colleges to see this. So it helps with your acceptance and future scholarship opportunities and your success in college. Research does show that students that take AP classes in high school score higher in their college level class of the same course when they are in college. So it is a win-win situation, and it is nice to have that diploma distinction of capstone when you do graduate. We are one of the few Miami-Dade County Public School high school campuses that offer the Educational Federal Credit Union satellite branch on our campus. All students are able to open a bank account here at school and have this at their convenience. This is located in the lobby of our auditorium. All you need is $5 and they can get a free checking, debit, online banking and everything. They can even purchase discounted movie tickets, and 15 four-year tuition scholarships are awarded each year by the credit union. We also have this as one of our magnet programs where we have our very own students here at Westland that for senior year end up interning with the bank and have this as one of their classes. And they work with the teller that comes from the credit union, and they learn how to pursue a career in banking and finance as well. So this is a service that is available to all of our students and teachers here on campus, with the opportunity also for a future career and another one of our wonderful magnet programs. Stay connected. More than ever, we realize how important it is to stay informed and stay engaged. We have a wonderful social media presence, especially due to our wonderful activities director, Ms. Beira. We have our Westland Wildcats.net website where we post forms and up-to-date information and announcements. We do have a Facebook page, Westland Hialeah Senior High. We have a very active Instagram. That's definitely where it is all happening. So definitely follow us on Instagram at we are Westland_Wildcats. We have our Twitter account, Westland Hialeah, and we have our YouTube channel, Westland Wildcats TV, which is hopefully where you're watching this video now. We have so many other accounts too, because our athletics department, our clubs, our different sports, they all also have a strong presence on Instagram. Please, if you haven't already followed us, please do so. We post up to the minute announcements, changes in things, anything that's needed. We usually post it definitely on the Instagram, as well as the other social media ones. But if you're only allowed to follow one social media, I definitely say Instagram has the most presence and really is the most engaging. You can also direct message us on Instagram, and you can always email us. And if you see our website, all of the staff and administrative websites and contact information are listed there as well. So we're really only a click away.
All right, at this time, I'm going to engage more with our students. And most of you watching are probably brand new high school students. So you are the class of 2025. And we request that you please start following your class on Instagram at Westland 2025. Your class sponsor is Miss Cynthia Rodriguez. She's not able to be with us today, but you will meet her very, very soon when classes start. She is also our athletics director, and she would like for you to know that all the sports information and the names of the coaches are listed on our school website, westlandwildcats.net. In order to play a sport, you must have a minimum 2.0 GPA. Physicals are required in order to play a sport, and they also must be notarized. But Miss Cynthia Rodriguez will help you with all that information. Athletic insurance is also required, but you can only pay once your physical has been submitted and you have been cleared by the athletic director. This is some of the information regarding insurance. Fall football is a $71 insurance payment, and spring football is $20, while other sports are also $20. Again, before paying any insurance, you must have a physical on file and be cleared by the athletic department. To know a little bit more about the fun things that our athletics department is doing, please also follow on Instagram at Westland_athletics and on Twitter at WHSH Athletics. Again, some of our sports teams do have their own Instagrams. So once you start the school year and meet some of the coaches, you'll find out those handles as well. So now the big reveal of our school theme for the year. We are definitely getting ready to just have positive vibes all year long. And the best way to do that is through music. So we wanted to have a very musical theme. For our freshmen, we're going with a very 90s freestyle type of theme. And some of you might think that was 100 years ago, but I've seen a few of you skating or rollerblading and doing some of the things that we used to do in that time. So I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. And we all love music and our beats. So I think this year is definitely going to be interesting with our musical theme. You will get to meet some of the students that have been helping out this summer to decorate your freshman wall that's near the library. And you'll experience a little bit about what we're doing with our themes as the school year progresses. We have so many things that we do throughout the year, but one of them is joining clubs. We will have a Wildcat Rush Week in September. You will have a lot more information about what this week is going to look like and how to participate. But if you want to know already a little bit more about the clubs that we offer, you can already go to our school website and see the different clubs and some of the sponsors that might still be sponsoring these clubs this year. In order to do any activity and sports as well, it is required that you have a 2.0 GPA. Okay, now if you're an incoming freshman, you're starting fresh, and your first quarter or your first semester, that's when you're going to generate your first GPA. So it is so important that you do so well, that you stay active in your classes, that you're aware of everything that's going on in each of those classes, and maintain that 2.0 that very first semester. Okay, student contracts will be provided to you by the sponsors that have clubs that do competitions or performances. Okay, so that's more information that you'll get once you actually join a club. Attendance and discipline are key in order to do anything, pretty much. So if you want to have fun, if you want to be active at our school, then you actually have to be here. So attendance is going to be very, very important. We'll talk about that very soon. I do want to mention that we have a main fundraiser here at Westland. We do cake sales and magazine subscription sales. So these things, we will get more in-depth information once the school year starts and we have our grade level orientations. But I do want to already start letting you know that we really need help in terms of fundraising. Okay, and these are the fundraisers that help us to do the fun things like homecoming dances, proms, or any kind of fun activity that's particular to each grade level. Okay, I am located in the drama room in room 186 across the cafeteria courtyard. Some of you might not know what that looks like, but once we get started in the school year, you'll find your way all the way towards my drama cave in the fine arts wing. So a little bit more about attendance. As we mentioned, in order to be active, you have to be here. Good attendance is required for any activity or sport. The athletics department does have very specific requirements for attendance, but school-wide, we do have an initiative called Ready to Go. And if you want to be ready to attend any kind of activity, you have to abide by the Ready to Go requirements, which means that you cannot have more than 3 unexcused absences, tardies, or early pickups. If you hit that 4, then you are not ready to go. That's pretty much it. I think it's pretty simple. And we want you to be ready to go. We want to have as many activities as we possibly can, abiding by, health and safety regulations. But assuming everything goes well, we are ready to have a lot of activities, including our sports and dances and, different field trips that we have coming up. So please, please, please be ready to go. Just a few helpful tips for you. Your student portal is going to be where you find your schedule, and you should look at this the day before school starts. There might be changes and updates, and even after school starts, there might be some tweaks here and there. So please wait for your most up-to-date homeroom class and schedule the Sunday before school starts. Okay. School insurance and lunch applications can be submitted online, and your homeroom teacher will have more information for you available. If you didn't receive a bus card, your student portal also has this information. On the first day of school, you're also going to receive paperwork acknowledging that it is okay with you to have your picture taken or video. So this media release form will require your signature and a parent signature as well. Sometimes we take lots of pictures for our social media and our website, and we just want to make sure that that's okay with you and your parents. There will be a mask opt-out form available, but this information will be coming directly through our school board and district. And once we have more information regarding these mandates, our administration will share with all students and parents. Again, any information you need regarding clubs, you can see myself, or you can see your club sponsors. We also have Ms. Rodriguez, if you need any questions regarding athletics or your actual class, because she is your class sponsor. And again, please stay in touch. We will be sharing this with your teachers as well, just in case you're not able to view these. But we have so many other clubs and sports that have their own social media presence, and we definitely want you to stay connected and active at our school. And that concludes our new student orientation. I can't wait to see you all bright and early on August 23rd.